welcome to your new video about inner peace. What a subject. We could be talking for hours about this, but anyway, we're not here to talk about inner peace, but to see how we can reach that famous inner peace. I am Roubina. I'm an artist, a healer and a spiritual guide, and amongst the people that I guide in their journey, this is one of the things they aspire towards, is inner peace. So I will give you the three major steps, the three major roads to inner peace, and each one has got, the first one will be more accessible, the second one will be a bit longer, and the third one will be really a life journey. So the first big step is, I invite you first of all to, for yourself, to just see what will be the opposite of peace. If you have to think, what is the opposite of peace? Okay, as for myself, I would say the opposite of peace is violence, is war. So I invite you, very first step is whatever you can eliminate from your life as from today, which brings violence, some form of violence or some form of disequilibrium, then just eliminate it now. Of course, something that we can, upon which we can act, not just anything. So just to give you an example, if you're used to watching the news all day long about violence and war that's happening, then obviously this is one of the first things to get rid of. So I invite you to find one or two things that you can get rid of as from today. The second thing is, in your body and with the actions that you're doing, I invite you to nourish rather actions and even sports that are more fluid and more going towards more softness rather than going towards violence. Having said that, sometimes we do want to do something violent, a violent sport or something which is very extreme. If we're doing this to get inner peace, we won't get it. But if we actually go through extremes in our body because we're trying to get rid of emotions which are anger, which are violence within us, then it's a very good idea. And this is my third point, is to release. When you feel anger coming in your life anytime, I invite you to release it, because otherwise it gets stuck in the body and it does prevent inner peace. And how do you release anger? You can just give a big shout, breathe in and breathe out, ah! And just get the anger out of your body. You can write your anger. By doing simple things like this, you're actually giving the information to your inner self and to your body that you can be free from this emotion. And then once you've released this, then you will fill your body and your heart, which is here, this is the spiritual heart, yes, and your body with touch, and breathe in and breathe out and send in some peace, some energy of peace within the body. And this is how we bring in peace on a daily level in the body. Okay, so this is the first major step with those three elements I just mentioned. And if you just do that, I can assure you that you will feel some difference. The second big step is, if we think of inner peace, we kind of imagine this as something which is quite light, quite golden and light. And within us, we've got our soul. In its very original nature, the soul is rather light and is rather light and bright. So the second big step, if you desire inner peace, is to get closer to your soul. And how do we do that? I invite you to look at the playlist. In my playlist, there are French videos and English videos. And obviously you go to the English videos and you will find it's written how to connect to your soul. Connect to your soul in 6 steps, something like that. So there are 3 videos in that playlist, in that section. And I invite you to look to watch them and put whatever you feel in place, because this is how the soul will help you. Because you can watch hundreds of videos and read tons of books about inner peace, but it is within us, isn't it? That's why it's called inner peace. So I invite you to get closer to your soul. And then the third thing is that when we do this journey of excluding as much as possible violence that is coming from the outside world, and we get closer to the soul, sometimes we can feel a bit alone in that journey. And even if there are people like me who give advice and are there to accompany, the journey can be quite lonely if we don't, That's why our spiritual self, which is our higher self, which is the inner God within us, is there to help us. So really, if we want inner peace, I mean on a long-term level and in a very powerful way, we do need to link up with the universe. And this is why I invite you to get in touch with your own spirituality. As regards what I propose on the channel, again, in the playlist, it is one of the first playlists that I have. One of the first series of videos I made is about how to start your spiritual journey in simple ways. So do go to the playlist and just look at the videos which are the very first ones. So usually they would be at the bottom, yeah. And this is how to start the spiritual journey. And as you get closer to your spiritual self, you will feel the support of the universe. And really, there is no bigger support than the universe for our inner peace. Okay? I hope all this helps. And just before we finish, I would like to share something which is personal. I usually just give intuitive information. I don't really talk about my life, but for this video I'm being asked to give you a bit of of a personal touch about my own life. So I have a little confidence. I have a little confidence to make. To help me with that, can you please put a like and subscribe to the video while I gather my courage. Okay, so I have a life journey with a lot of violence. I have a life journey with a lot of suffering, and within myself there used to be a lot of violence. I am one of those people that you call, I don't know how you say it in English, you know, when you say people who are just like totally reactive. As soon as you touch them, it's like the fuse blows up. I was one of those people for many, many, many years. I won't tell you my life story because that's not the purpose, but what I'm here to tell you is that if me, Roubina, Roubina the human being, not the spiritual guide or whatever, if Roubina the human being from her life journey is managing and has managed and is getting towards more and more inner peace, then really anybody can. So I'm sending you lots of hope regarding your inner peace, because you can make it. Thank you for your presence here. Bye-bye.